How's it going, everyone? Nick Templin here from Templin Scouting, and today we're going to be talking about the number 5 ranked player on my draft rankings, and that is Viggo Bjorck. Once again, I'll just mention to definitely check out Prospect Shifts. They're the channel that creates all of these highlight compilations. They also do the shift by shift videos, which are a great way to break down all aspects of a prospect's game. So without further ado, let's get into it and let's watch this very talented, dynamic forward currently listed as a center. I think that's a possibility for his future, but I do think more than likely he's going to shift to the wing at the NHL level. Just lack of size mainly being the reason, but we have seen a few undersized centers make it work in the last few years. Marco Rossi being a good example of that. I believe Bjork is listed at 5'10", but it's more just right now. I think he's also pretty under weight in terms of what you would typically expect from a center. Obviously, all that can change, and he can definitely prove to still be valuable at that position at the next level. But I do think that the easiest way to kind of ease him in the way he plays will probably be at the wing. So without further ado, let's go check him out. He is a total speedster player, so you're going to definitely notice him right away for plays like that. So in this instance, for example, he's the one making the pass across the ice here. So let's just see this on the replay. Creates a little bit of open ice down the wing, finds his streaking line mate, and he's able to get him the puck in a good position to score. We'll also try and note if it's an SHL game SHL game, or if it's a under 20 game. I think he played the majority of the season, if not all of his games in the SHL this season, but there might be a couple of under 20 highlights as well. So we'll try and note that difference. Here's him, and this is a good example of his speed. As soon as he gets the puck and breaks away, there's no catching him, and really good finish there. So he's going to be kind of a streaky player like that, where when he finds his opportunities, he's going to be breaking down the ice like this. And you can see guys right on his back, no pressure on him whatsoever, and he gets it just underneath the bar, which is tough for a goalie sliding across the ice to make any play on a shot like that. Here he is coming down the ice, looking, makes the pass, and his teammate's able to finish quite brilliantly there. So he's looking net front, and then he suddenly shifts and makes the pass there. So really good play because it makes the goalie think about the shot as well. Okay, good. So it does mention here under 20 here. So at this level, I mean, he just really dominates. I think he takes the shot and it gets deflected in front there. So just showing a little bit of the work that he can do on the power play here. Puck comes across to him. Actually, really interesting there. I'm glad it has that little breakdown there because you can see the puck actually gets deflected as it comes across the ice to him. And he's able to adjust so you'll see the puck kind of, I think, changes direction just a little bit from the defender's stick here. So he goes from winding up for the shot to he just adjusts in the moment and is able to pass it right down low to the player in front to deflect it. So really kind of big brain play there, and to kind of make that decision so quickly is really impressive. There he is streaking to the goal, so puck gets through to him, and you can see his soft hands on the finish there. He's able to get the backhander up and over the pad there. Yeah, good stuff. Here's walking into the middle of the ice, kind of just creating open space for, I believe, another deflection in front there. As you can see, nobody really knows at this point if it's his goal or not, but it does look like it takes a touch there. Here he is playing in the corner, able to play that in front without even really looking. He just knows his guy's there because he's earlier in the right before he makes his cut. He looks up. You see him look up in the corner there, and he takes two more steps before he makes the play out in front, where he's kind of looking straight ahead at the time that he makes the pass. So he's able to split it in between two defenders that he's drawn to him. This guy's also coming around the wall here, thinking that Bjork's going to come out the other side, so he's drawn almost three players to him. The fourth player is out of position, not able to get in there in time, and his player is able to make a nice little finish in front there. So I think that's him back there. So I think puck's coming back around to him. Yeah, so he comes down from he was covering for the defender, but he notices his guy going into the corner and diagnoses some open space there to come into. It's a really great pass by his teammate there to find him, but also a really good finish and just good ability for him to know where he needed to be on that play. Good little breakout pass there. Good steal and sending it back up the ice, and he's able to pick up a secondary assist on that goal. Here he is at the Five Nations tournament. Good finish there, as you can see, can really shoot from that one-timer spot. I wouldn't like seeing a smaller guy who can shoot like that. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Cole Caulfield. Like I don't want to compare him quite to the way that Cole Caulfield shoots because he's one of the most unique players that there is in the NHL right now. But you can kind of see like flashes of that in the way that he shoots the puck. And it's good too because that was on a bouncing pass, so his ability to kind of settle that and get it right to where he wanted it was really good, or kind of get it there without settling it, I should say. Good little finish there too, but more of an open net there, so he kind of just puts it right into the middle. Anytime you kind of see him at the under 20 level, you can see that he's really dominant against his peers. Really good job of just delaying. And oh, I guess that wasn't him in front of that. That was him in the corner actually winning the puck free, eh? Okay, yeah. So he kicks the puck up ahead here. So it's good to see him in kind of those more wall type plays because that's some of the concerns that you see from these more undersized guys is how do they handle the physicality? Can they battle in corners? And I know that's against under 20, kind of his own kind of peer level, but it's a good sign to see him able to take on two guys in a corner like that and dig a puck free. I think we watched this player in the or watched this play in the Stenberg video. I believe it was Stenberg that set that up on the second effort there, but it's a good job by him staying with the play and getting into the open area to be available for a rebound chance here. Yeah, good stuff there. Gets to him backside again, and once again just a simple finish from him. Like it's not too flashy, like it's not the hardest shot in the world, but he's really placing it into a spot that'll find the back of the net. Good pass to him in front as or no, he's the one who makes the pass there. So he kind of diagnoses the goalie just off his post just a little bit, and he's able to get it back out. It's a tough play to make on the forehand too with the net the way it is there. I almost thought that was a backhand pass to make it around there, which makes it a little bit more deceptive because guys behind the net aren't necessarily expecting that angle from the pass. Getting back to the SHL here as he's in front of the net, gets a rebound and buries it high upstairs there. Yeah, just in a good spot on the ice there as he kind of slides around the coverage and is able to just get right to the front of the net. Not a great rebound by the goalie there, obviously, but kind of take what's given to you there. There he is in the shootout there. It's not really much to evaluate on a shootout goal, but good to see that he could be an option as a shootout type guy at the next level. I mean, it shows off his release, which whenever he gets the breakaways, you get to see what he can do with that. Here we are in the World Juniors here, pre-tourney games here, and doing more of what we saw at the Five Nations there, just that backside one-timer shot there. And that time he kind of uses it to his advantage. I wonder how many of these guys on the Swiss team were the same guys that were at the Five Nations tournament because you could see them all really overcommitting to the shot coming across there because he burned him on it multiple times that other tournament. And he's able to use it to his advantage to just go back against the grain and find the guy backdoor on a sweet pass. You can see all the guys are moving to his side of the ice, knowing what he was doing to them before in the other tournament. And again, just creating open space, finding a guy backdoor there, just really good vision there. I don't think the passing side of his game is as polished as his goal scoring ability and like his speed and stuff like that. But I think that's something that can really come along with the skill that he has. I think he can open up a lot of shooting lanes for his teammates. Good shot from distance there. Um, Let's just kind of get a better replay on it here. Oh wow, top right corner there beats the goalie blocker side. Maybe took a touch on the way to the net, but that's a good release there. There he is, far side. Again, settles it. Really good release there. Tough for any goalie to make a save on that play. Yeah, good stuff there. Gets it in between the pad and the glove there. That's, like I said, really tough save for a goalie to make. Is that him making the pad? No, he finishes it there. Oh yeah, I guess he's not. Is he wearing? No, he must have hit somebody on the way to the net there. Because yeah, I was gonna say he is wearing 21 still. Interesting. Just takes a touch off the goalie's skate and looks like it redirects into the net. But again, it's just good to get pucks to the net like that. That's a really good pass to find backdoor. The coverage was pretty tight there, and he was able to get it through. Is that his brother? No, Marcus Bjorck was on the team. No, okay, no, it's Genberg. Good little pass, so creates the rush there and then drives hard to the net. His guy takes the shot and happens to go in, but he's in a good spot there if there's a rebound as well. So good offensive hockey sense there. Sticks on the ice potentially for a return pass as well. So a lot of things that you like to see there. Good job batting that out of the air, keeping the possession there, and then just ripping a good shot from distance there to beat the goalie. Yeah, just right at the line. I mean, that's incredible hand eye there, and creating enough space to get a good shooting angle and getting one on net that happens to go through. But again, it's also the good release on display there. Yeah, good job to make another steal there. So we're starting to see kind of as well that's something that's a big part of his game. Is he's able to kind of diagnose mistakes from defense, jump on them, and create open ice for his teammates like that. It's a really good pass there. Puck kept in just barely at the line, gets through a lot of traffic and goes in. So not that wasn't necessarily the most projectable play, I would say, but a good recovery. And I like. Oh, okay, never mind. He's the one who deflects it in front. So not his mistake at the blue line, and he turns what was kind of a garbage play into a good goal. And this one, just a good job getting the puck out from the corner to an open guy here. Diagnoses right away that the defender's taken just enough steps away from the guy in front of the net that he can just get it back in front for him. So like I'm seeing a like really quick processing and good decision making from him in the offensive zone. Just like things that just are split second decisions that just end up looking brilliant. In front of the net there. Like that it's good to see a guy of his size score some net front goals like this because you can see like there's some pressure on him. There's some physicality there, and he's able to just find a little bit of open space, create just enough of a gap for him to just deflect a puck in front of the net like that. Like I really hope that that's something he kind of maintains when he gets to the next level is getting to the front and getting greasy goals even as a smaller guy. Um, yeah, good pass out. Lots of space for that to get through to Frondell there, and then it looks like it took a touch in front, but good pass by him. Again, that I think he was trying to shoot there probably, but it ends up being a perfect like backdoor tap in there on a bit of a broken play in front. Um, Not the best defensive coverage there, I would say. Yeah, good job of taking the space given to him. Just gets behind the defense. He's able to retrieve a good pass there, and then nice little backhand finish. Because the defender was starting to take away that forehand as an option, and it's good to see a guy who's doesn't hesitate to go on and take the backhand chance when that's kind of all that's being given to him. Seen some under 20 clips here where he really dominates. Here he is on his nice typical spot on the power play there. Just a little catch and release on a goalie who got himself well out of position there. And you see him going straight to the net, receiving a puck, and getting a good finish there. All he needs is like a tiny bit of space at this level for him to create something, which is really cool to see. See him on the other side on the power play that time and just ripping an unbelievable shot. Like unfair for him to ever play at this level. Really, like he was good enough to be a regular in the Swedish Elite League this year. And there you're getting a great example of the speed that I talked about. He just puts his head down and goes. He knows he's going to get past his guy. I wouldn't even say puts his head down, but puts a shoulder down. He's able to drive a little bit to the net. Something you'd probably like to see him be a bit more confident doing at the at the SHL level instead of just at the under 20. Uh, but you know he's capable of it, and I think he's going to get more confident playing. You know, at least another season probably over in the SHL next year. Um, you know, he's going to grow a lot and gain that confidence even more because you know this first season was already quite successful. Seeing him being a fair bit of a team player here at the under 20 level, like he's not just trying to dance through guys per se. He's just playing smart hockey down there. You know, I think he's talented enough that he can really take over these types of games, but really he's just scoring the goals in the projectable way at this level, which is just really good to see. Again, really good backdoor pass because like that's going to be a part of his game that opens up immensely as people start to respect him more and more as a shooting threat. He's going to create a lot of those types of chances. And another great story too with him, as we're seeing his under 20 team winning the championship here. He chose to stick with his under 20 team over going to the U18 tournament this year, and like Sweden put a lot of pressure on him to leave his team and go play for the U18s. It sounded like to the point of like telling him that he wouldn't be allowed to join them later on in the tournament if he stuck around and played the rest of his under 20 playoffs. But you know he's such a team focused guy that he wanted to be there. He knew he was an important part of their drive to the championship that he gave up on that opportunity to play for Team Sweden at the U18s and get more eyes on him, which is really what that U18 tournament is all about for a lot of these guys. Is it's kind of the last chance for a lot of the scouts to watch them for the year. But he preferred instead of that kind of glory to stay here and help his team win a championship, and that's exactly what they did. So that gives you kind of a good idea of the character of the player and his desire to win. And I do think there's going to be some growing pains with a guy who's a little bit undersized like him. Like he's not going to be ready to step into the NHL this upcoming season. I wouldn't be surprised to see him 2 years from now, but I also don't think you got to rush him. I think that a guy like him who has an attitude like what he had to stick around his team is a guy who you can certainly be patient with. You don't have to rush. So when you look at some of the teams drafting near the top, like I could definitely see him being a pretty good fit, even at 5, to the New York Rangers, just because I think they just need to add talent in a variety of ways, and I think that's something he provides. I think the speed would be just such a huge asset to them as well. I could see Vancouver potentially taking a look at him, but I don't think that I think 3 is just a little bit rich for him considering some of the talent that's in this draft. But I also wouldn't hate the pick if that's where he landed. I really like Calgary as a possibility for him as well because I think that he could be kind of a face of that team long term if his development continues to go well. And Winnipeg as well is another team that I think makes a lot of sense for him. I think that they just need to really add to the kind of secondary scoring that they have been lacking. I think they have such a strong top line there in Winnipeg, but I think adding a few guys that can score, in second and third line kind of situations, and I think Bjork, ideally, long term, I think that he's either the line driver for a second line or he is the finisher on a top line. I don't think he's necessarily going to project to be like this elite line driving type of player, but I think that he will be, somebody who can just really add scoring to a lineup when playing with other really talented players. Yeah, let's wrap up here on Viggo Bjorck. Like I say, always check out Prospect Shifts. Their link to the channel will be in my description below. And definitely let me know if there are other players you guys want me to be reacting to, and I'll start doing some requests over the next little while if they do start to come in. So definitely make sure to subscribe and get notifications on for when my next videos are coming out.